Caribbean Insight really is dynamite. Caribbean Insight really super was spite. Caribbean Insight enjoy day or night. Caribbean Insight really is dynamite.
This is the movement of our people, our history, and our culture to the world.
The information is very good to give out now because you know we guys are going to be around for too long again. You know. So the more information you all can pick up right now is it better for the history books. Yes, you understand?
Yeah.
And it need to be passed on. So I am always willing in that area.
My sobriquet as an artist in the Calypso world is Brother Valentino. That name was given to me by the great Grandmaster, deceased Lord Kitchener. He called me Valentino.
In 1912 in New York City, they recorded the first Calypso by Lovey's orchestra, a band from Trinidad. The record could show. This orchestra was led by George Bailey, the musician, not the mass man. The tune was entitled Mango Ver, so Calypso recordings began. In 1914, 2 years later, Julian White Rose and one Jules Sims gave to Calypso its first vocal recordings. In 1921, Railway Douglas opened the first Calypso tent. And from then to now, I keep asking, where the hell the Calypso went? Cause since in the early 20s, Sargum sponsor Lion and Tiger. Our Calypso music was attracted by a recording company they called Decca. It was recorded before all that jazz and so much other music. But somewhere along the way, Calypso has lost its magic. Just when you feel the Calypso would skyrocket all over the continent, it took a nosedive in the savannah and then back to the friggin' tent. In the early 30s, Calypso reached Harlem's black community, pioneered by Sir Lancelot, the Duke of Iron and Houdini, Sam Manning, Bill Rogers, the Duke of Marlborough, not forgetting Gerald Clark and Lionel Belasco. Look how long the Calypso was on the international scene until a man named Molly Amsterdam brought it where the pasture was green. Rum and Coca-Cola, the Andrews sisters said it all. The tune sold 7 million copies and Lord Invader, he had a ball. $150,000 he got for this Calypso. And for composing the melody, Belasco, he got something also. Through Amsterdam and the Andrews sisters, Calypso made the hit parade. Now today, the same Calypso catching his ass to make the grade. Cause every day now the people keep complaining, Calypso is dying slow. But it's all them Calypso judges and promoters that have it so. Calypso reaching Greenwich Village, Calypso reached all over Broadway. Calypso sold his first million albums through Harry Belafonte. Nat King Cole recorded Calypso Blues in 1948. Chuck Berry recorded Havana Moon. That Calypso was really great. Robert Mitchum, Rosemary Clooney, the Kingston Trio, Louis Farrakhan. All these people sang the Calypso, Lionel Richie and Bob Dylan. Calypso, it was acknowledged, had an influence on the Motown song. Jamaicans could say, thanks to Calypso, reggae music is still around. A Calypsonian told me a story about Bob, Peter and Bunny recording his Calypso where Sammy gone. They sang background vocals for him. Our first independence Calypso king, Lord Bryna, who they sent loco, told me that Bob Marley and the Wailers pick up some vibes from Big Guys. After all these people and places, where the hell did Calypso go? End up in some cheating competition on some plastic image show. The first woman to enter a tent to sing Calypso, Lady Trinidad was a sobriquet. The first to cut the record also. Thelma Lane was her name. I want them female Calypsonians know about a feminist in the art, a trailblazer and fighter up long ago. And then enter Harold Phillips, a man who would create history, a Calypsonian and a panist, a concert promoter from Laventine. In his colony club in England, where he promoted his Calypso show, these white boys would walk with their guitar, and together they jammed the tempo. And then Woody told me a true story. Them white boys used to dig with me about a historic concert they pull off in Hamburg, Germany. John Paul, George and Ringo, his Lord Woodbine made me to know the famous Beatles from in Liverpool pick up some vibes from Mikaiso. After all these explorations, how much further did Calypso went? End up in all kind of competitions, and then back to the friggin' tent.
I made a commitment that I would stick to this line. I would try to accomplish a goal that I had set out. That was to more or less educate, try to occupy that area in Calypso, that platform that is so scarce then, that area that much people don't really tackle it.
John Public get makeup in one big charade with some Calypso culprits reigning in this parade. Even the record producers and people who producing like it's a fast food styling business them doing. If you check the contents of what them people marketing, it's one type of music that they promoting. They feel that Calypso is just party for carnival, or they feel Calypso is fed and plenty bacchanal. They pushing this music vibration with a wind down, jam down intention. So you back a woman in a corner and you jam she in the name of soca. Shame on you, you culture vulture, using my sister and raping my culture. I am appealing to all those who are responsible. We crying help, help, Calypso in trouble. If you don't do something fast, this art form will sure crumble. So we crying help, help, Calypso in trouble. Public get makeup for too much years. Cause over and over, same thing ringing in your ears. They only repeating everything they say. Melody and lyrics is too much gambling. Calypsoians lost their wit and imagination, lost their sense of direction and lack in creation. So the whole thing turned into one big free for all, with every man in a mad rush heading for the dance hall. They pushing this music vibration with a wind down, jam down intention. So you're back a woman in a corner, hey, and you jam she in the name of soca. Shame on you, you culture vulture, using my sister and raping my cousin. I'm appealing to all those who are responsible. What we saying, head to head, Calypso in trouble. If you don't do something fast, this art form will sure crumble. So we crying head to head, Calypso in trouble. Bum, 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 bum. John Public get makeup with road march and panorama. Bandmen doing their own thing in the savannah. The steel band arrangers composing their own tune, and the brass band leaders will be doing the same thing soon. Then the mighty DJ is the one who controls this way. That's the man who dictates the road march and carnival day. So you see the calamity that Calypso in. Everybody jamming and doing their own thing. They pushing this music vibration with a wind down, jam down intention. So you back a woman in a corner, and you jam she in the name of soca. Shame on you, you culture vulture, using my sister and raping my culture. I'm appealing to all those who are responsible. Head to head, Calypso in trouble. If you don't do something fast, this art form will sure crumble. So we crying head to head, Calypso in trouble. John Public get makeup with the way they judge Calypso. They do not want class, no quality on that show. So the moral standard of the art drops so low. They say competition is what have it so. You got to be rough and gruff and regular with lyrics, and embarrass people who are active in politics, or come on the stage and wind down like a ball of twine. So Calypsoians winding from now till the end of time. They pushing this music vibration, hey, with a wind down, jam down intention. So you back a woman in a corner, and you jam she in the name of soca. Shame on you, you culture vulture, using my sister, raping my culture. I am appealing to all those who are responsible. They be crying head to head, Calypso in trouble. If you don't do something fast, this art form will sure crumble. Tell them. Hey.
Sometimes when the Calypsoians really want to sing about the woman, they really, it is something sexy or very critical of the woman kind of thing. but they never really like put out that love to a woman in song as a Calypsoian then. Maybe they would sing something embarrassing, you know what I mean? Little degrading. They always want sex. Nothing to uplift and to love the woman.
Dedicated to these faithful departed, and who was here from sin. The struggle started. May their souls rest in peace, and may the struggle never cease. Let us pay our respect and homage to these past icons and pioneers who brought Calypso to where it is through blood, sweat, and tears. There could never be another Kitchener. There could never be another spoiler. No more will we see the roaring lion. He will never roar again in this land. Men like Pretender, Terror, Cypher, and the Lord Christo. Who could replace them in Christ? I don't know. Calypso history month, we should recognize the ones who contributed to this paradise. All who made us dance, who opened our eyes, who made us laugh, who made us wise. Although these great Calypsoians are now dead and gone, by their works, their names will always live on. How could we forget the Warlord Blakey, Rash Shorty Eye, and Lord Melody? What about the Iron Man Zandoli, the stick man who controls Sangwe Gandhi, the mighty Jew, the Flu, mighty Douglas, and the Lord Maestro Sando? Who could replace them in Calypso? I don't know. Brigo, power and bomber. Say we facing a cultural disaster. Explainer all round asking the same question. Where have all the Calypsoians gone? Composer tell me not a batch presently could build on the foundation that was laid down by the icons who sang their lives out for this nation. Dennis Franklin Williams, the man merchant, his contribution was so important. Now Pepper Prowler, the mighty sniper, invader, young killer, beginner and commander. Men like Attila, Executor, Tiger, and the Lord Popo. Who could replace them in Christ? I don't know. Almanac, they keep departing one by one to a higher plane in Calypsodom. So now is the changing of the gods, and all I am seeing is them soca buzz. Mother that tell me there's a scarcity, Lord Nelson say it's a tragedy. We have a shortage of Calypsoians down here in T and T. They better cherish Baron and Shadow, the The first to Gypsy, Luther, Bunny and Rio. David Rudder, Relator, Allos and Crow. Shock the superior, Stalin and Sparrow. When you hear them fellas, say goodbye, au revoir, adios, Pancho.
You have an image and you have a work to do, and you don't want to really like spit in you and fall in your face in that you're on one trend and all of a sudden you just branch off on a party scene and you want to follow the Banner Angels or you join that trend. I don't want to fall in that line, or I don't want to be categorized in that manner.
And it's only happening where? On CITV.
I'm the Lord Kitchener.
This is Denise Saucy Belfon.
This is KMC.
My name is Barry Sam.
This is Marshall Montano.
And I hope you will do as I do. Keep listening to them.
Caribbean inside. Caribbean inside.
Hi, I'm Kenny Phillips, and you're tuned into Caribbean Inside, keeping culture alive.
You know, the music is a big division now because it divided in half. When I say half, the youths carry half, and the elders carry the other half. And the half that the youths are carrying right now is more vibrant. It's more festive music. It's more festive. Whereas the music on the other side, you may find a message, you know, in somebody's song. Yeah, I think it's about time we come together musically and stop dividing ourselves musically. For the young and old, and music is music, man. And for the sake of the music, we should really collaborate and come together.
Every day my friends and friends was begging. Please give us a tune for the party. So much conscious songs in sound to inspire and educate the black man. But you're wasting time. Stop feeding fools the swine. Time to get in our party mood, right? Time to shake a leg. If you hear how them people start to bend. We want something to jump and learn. Get on board and let's be real. A tune to make people move clearly. With a sweet, sexy, so happy. Something to run to in my horizon. Something to work to. Something to make people live on every thought. When you catch yourself in the thing, it's not common sense. You got to sing with some vulgar lyrics and suggesting antics. You see, I got to respect my age because my wife might get in a rage. Remind me, I've got past that stage. We want something to jump on with. Get on board and let's be there. You make people shake on their waist, the dance and the prance and mash up the place. Something to run to. Something to run to. Something to make people live on every floor. Hustle and she fussy from south was telling me Valley boy is packaging an easy way. Get Get up on Ghana and a shake on your pants. Sneakers and vests and you're in the dance. Telling people what to do and they do it. You could even match up with your Monroe, boy. And before you know, you might end up on the sofa corner show. Something to jump and win. Let's talk about this week. A tune to set party overs mad. To get on bad and be so tired. Something to run to. Something to wait to. Something to make people realize where we go. Sold out of compromise, your obligation, your commitment, dedication to this nation. But once you stand for something in this country, people will oppose your philosophy, forget politics and big lyrics and the businesses. You don't see what going on today. German wine getting all the play like super good boy. Can you break away? Let's talk about this week. A tune to jump and live back alive. To play with us where we can be back. Something to turn to. Something to wind to. Something to make people realize.
People Sky so caught. As from there, William Monroe got the idea to form the Kingdom of the Wizards. It's because the same batch that of us that formed the People Sky so called, they just took us.
Okay.
Transfers. I have to admit that, the first time we really go for real money. For the reasonable piece of money. William Monroe is the man who created that opportunity for us.
We have no opposition in the House of Parliament. So political we is we who have to comment for this government. But the tune you chanting is wrong, yet you keep singing along like you join the bunch of the wrong and strong. Well, sing your song, but if you check where Calypso come from, was the black man's cry and protest. Now Panorama and the Mashka have their heads in a mess. What a mess. Since in the days of Attila, Calypso showed its true color. I wonder if you people know the importance of Calypso. As sure as Calypso is the culture of this land, the Calypsoian is the only true opposition. Because we really have no opposition out there. You know what I mean? We have to speak for the people. So open your mouths, my brothers, and speak with a righteous tongue, instead of putting the people on a merry-go-round and wrong. You are not saying the right things, and so much things happening, yet you only want to keep them people dancing, prancing. But I know this is their last chance, so let them prance if they want to prance. Such was the joy, shall be the sorrow after the dance. So let them prance. Brothers, hear what you're waiting. Gold, Yet your precious talent, people control. You've been used for the wrong purpose. Folks are just trying to fool their boots. As sure as Calypso is going through this exploitation, the Calypsoian is the only true opposition. It seems as though you don't know the precious talent that you possess. It's a gift more valuable than all the rest. Oh yes, the attention you gain from this nation is beyond any politician. So don't forget, you are the true opposition in this land. Yet you're feeding the people minds with the same set of backside jive and the real vintage Calypso struggling to survive. That is jive. Man, get up and do your duty. You will be rewarded much more highly. We have a purpose and a reason, so we should all sing in unison. It is we who ride the God. Hey, the voice in the land. The Calypsoian is the only true opposition.
His biggest problem, because we don't have that love for it. And if he was to show the love for it, other people will recognize it and they will respect it. But once you can't love your thing, how you expect somebody else to respect it and love it for you? To that effect. And and such good music.
Semi-finalist, Skinner Park, 2014. Vale?
The Constitution is the laws of the land, designed to discipline this nation. The Constitution we got to obey, or the consequences we'll have to pay. Although there is a clause for citizens' rights, still for his right, the poor man had to fight. And I am sure that you've heard this one before. They make laws for the rich and laws for the poor. With all these drafts, paragraphs, and sections, so much applause. Time to change up this legislation. Time to change up some of these laws. Move the motion now in the parliament. You the opposition and government. Citizens' rights here are being trampled on. Time to reform the Constitution. In the 70s, I gave you the facts about these dreadful bills and these acts. Some of these laws here need amending. Mr. Amender, time to do something. Trinidad, with all its freedom of expression, cannot hang a murderer without permission. I don't know who these people trying to fool, but we are still under heavy colonial rule. With all these laws, paragraphs, and sections, so much applause. Time to change up this legislation. Time to change up some of these laws. The last time that amnesty had a look, they put TNT inside the black book. So for the sake of our human rights condition, time to reform the Constitution. They talk about the order and the ordinance, but the big fellas thieving all the finance. What about this clause 34, where criminals could walk through the door? In Jamaica was Pratt and Morgan who made their escape through some constitution. It is time we start drafting a new bill, because the price of this present one could kill. Too much across paragraphs and sections, so much applause. Time to change up this legislation. Time to change up some of these laws. Consistency in democracy shows us how biased these laws could be. So as an independent republic nation, time to reform the Constitution. Some of these laws are made to be broken. Some of these laws are made to obey. Some of these laws you hear that are spoken, sometimes don't mean what they say. You see, the ones who are the lawmakers are the same ones who are the lawbreakers. A lawyer will defend a murderer and prosecute the innocent for the mighty dollar. And he will quote some drafts, paragraphs, and the sections. So much applause. Time to change up this legislation. Time to change up some of these laws. The same people who fighting down each other are the ones who advocating law and order. Too much political confusion. Time to reform the Constitution.
I always look at this occasion, you see, like, independence is a very historical occasion for me. And I see my country, regardless of what, as, moving on a progressive note. Irrespective of what people might say about Trinidad and Tobago, I always see Trinidad and Tobago moving forward.
Let the games begin should really be our motto. Like in the arena, in the days of Nero. Because in sports, politics, and culture, you'll sure to find people of such nature. Honesty and truth no longer exist. There's only wickedness and deceitfulness. So when I make my comments, the guilty ones would get vexed. They want to turn this place into a sporting complex. It's games, games, games for the elections. Games, games, games with all them politicians. They promise you the moon and stars. When they want your vote, would you believe them same characters? When they get in power, would cut your throat. So the masses keep on getting licked in this game of politics. It's one big game for their own personal fortune and fame. Some people went to big university to study these games that they play in between. Arm themselves with all different kinds of degree to put poor people's lives in more misery. What some others trying to indoctrinate is to test your courage and faith. So you do as I say, but not as I do, is the message they're trying to send to you. Games, games, games with the preacher man. Games, games, games. He playing with religion. The fella hide behind a Bible. In the name of the Lord, sets up himself as a role model. Live the life only rich people could afford. So the preachers having a field day with the religious games they play. It's one big game for their own personal fortune and fame. In this arena, the people are so barbaric, which convince me this society is very sick. The kind of crimes and murders that these people commit, Trinidad, breeding criminals, I must admit. Them lawyers in TNT living nice, and it's taxpayers who pay in the price, because the system behaving like a vampire, only sucking the blood of the sufferer. Games, games, games in the judiciary. Games, games, games with magistrate, lawyer and jury. They catch my brother with little ganja, treat him like if he commit murder. But a man commit murder and get off free, technically through pathology. So the murderer's case was dismissed in this game of injustice. Lawyers playing one big game for their own personal fortune and fame. Bum, bum, bum. Another issue that needs urgent addressing is corruption and the way how them people lying. They would never ever try to come clean on information. They always throw in a smoke screen. Tell the people what they would like to know. It's about time the truth starts to flow. But they have we in darkness, fighting to stay alive in this arena where only the fittest survive. It's games, games, games with the bank and the treasury. Games, games, games. Them people playing Monopoly. Government swear they have no money. Since the oil prices dropped down low, yet politicians living in luxury. Like them have a money tree that just grow. Them fellas making sure their business fixed in this game of economics. It's one big game for their own personal fortune and fame.
This is Ikonki. I am living in New York and I don't ever miss Caribbean Insight. I don't see why you should miss it.
Remember to share, like, and subscribe to keep our culture alive.
But your flying space is getting very narrow. Soon you won't be able to resist the arrow. Birds that fly high, none of them ever touch the sky. Birds that fly high, got to fly back down to die. So flap your wings and fly. You could never touch that sky. And don't care how high you fly, you got to fly back down to die. Birds that fly high, got to fly back down to die. 'Cause time has eluded man, and there is no more space on the land. So in this crowded situation, the world closing in on man. It's 24 hours, keep staring man in the space. And I don't know the time, man. So much of congestion in this year at race. So man just going wrong in circles and ending up the same place. Now who you feel is your brother, man? Could be a public enemy number one. For my brother, man, I took a stance. The result was a kick in my pants. Now if this fall in your garden, I was the sacrifice. But some people very funny, and others just ain't nice. But I, man, ain't digging nothing. We all got to pay our price. Because some people very funny, and others just ain't nice. But if you're waiting to party, in spite of all this tragedy, ready to boogie. Chinese laundry waiting to start the spree. Rocky say, forget it, pray. People want to break away. Let's get down to the beat. People want to move their feet. We ain't care, but who gets loose? We ain't care, but who gets shoes? Forget Muslims, forget police. We just want to set it free. Such a goal, they decide to sail the world. Because with the Arab trade, Europe couldn't make the grade. So Columbus and others, pirates and plunderers, stumbled into Caribbean waters. Well, that was horrors. They was looking for India and Asia. Accidentally they reached down here. The coming of Columbus was a blessing in disguise to all of us. Now we shouting Viva our independence. Our history prove it should. Out of evil come it good. Now we shouting Viva our independence. From Columbus to the Middle Passage, to our rich local cultural heritage, our destiny today we control. Yet we are just 29 years old. Standing on our own 2 feet should be our main goal. Now that we are 29 years old, that I go off on, the acting is greater than on Broadway. Not even on the movie streets. You see people perform like Trinidadians are talking about and how they could play.
Trinidad, as we all know, sheep rule the sky so. And Peter in playing pan and dancing limbo. But for playing the part of smart man and smart woman, I could bet my hand. And for creating a big impression is a Trinidadian. Now the ambitious guy with the jacket and tie, who walks the road and hold up his head high. You would shock to know where that same ambitious fella head does go. But it's a part he come out to play, and we really can treat the fella we scorn. And as they say, the show must. Thank you very much. I love it.
I don't want to raise anyone hopes too high, but sometimes I ask myself that Valentino going, you feel you could ever make an next out to the stage.